What China was like before the communists. In 1949, Mao Zedong proclaimed the People's Republic of China. It emerged after a 20-year civil war. A brutal cultural revolution followed. It left millions dead. It also got rid of old customs and culture. What did China look like before? From 1644 to 1912, China was ruled by the Qing dynasty. It was established by the Manchu people. For many centuries, they lived in Manchuria. Their early rule was aimed at preserving the old traditions. Surprisingly, ice skating was one of them. The Qianlong Emperor called it a national custom. It was a significant winter event. During the Qing dynasty, there was the 8-banner ice skating battalion. This special force was trained to fight on icy terrain. At one point, it consisted of 1,600 soldiers. The early dynasty developed rapidly. It supported Confucian politics and ideas. It also helped the mass production of history and language books. Porcelain and painting were widespread. The Peking Opera originated in the late 18th century. It was a mix of music, dance, and acrobatics. It was often accompanied by flutes, lutes, drums, and wind instruments. Men in China used to wear traditional braids. They were called queue. After the fall of the dynasty in 1912, men would cut them off. It was a form of political protest. As for women, they wore long, high-collared robes. The qipao dress was especially popular. It even found its way into the modern Chinese style. The Qing dynasty valued religion. The main one was Confucianism. Buddhism and Taoism were also practiced. Foot binding was a ubiquitous and harsh practice. Women with smaller feet were deemed more desirable, so they had their feet bent and broken. They wore special shoes, known as lotus shoes. Opium was also a big part of society. Western countries, especially Britain, grew opium in India and sold it to China. It caused rampant addiction. At one point, out of 300 million Chinese, 90 million were addicted. China and Britain fought a series of opium wars. In the 19th century, in the end, the Qing dynasty banned opium smoking. These times were also marked by the Taiping Rebellion. It failed, and Empress Dowager Cixi ascended the throne. She would rule for 40 years. Empress Cixi sided with the Boxer Rebellion. It opposed foreign and Christian influences. As a result, many Chinese Christians and foreigners were killed. The Qing dynasty began to weaken. Emperor Puyi was crowned in 1908 when he was just 2. He was the last emperor of China. In 1912, a military rebellion overthrew the dynasty. The Republic of China was established. China spent 3 decades in turmoil. Nationalists and communists fought for power. It came to an end in 1949. Mao Zedong's Communist Party won, and the People's Republic of China was formed. In 1966, Mao initiated the Cultural Revolution. He wanted to get rid of class enemies and Western ties. He sought to destroy the four olds: ideas, customs, cultures, and habits. For this purpose, Mao created the Red Guards. He enlisted radical students to impose his agenda. They wreaked havoc in Beijing and other cities. Countless historical relics and sites were destroyed. More than 1 million people died. Do you think life before communism was better?